期 Akiko. This video is the first part of a series on the pronunciation of Mandarin. If you have no knowledge of Mandarin at all, this should be a good introduction for you. And if you have learned some Mandarin before, I hope this would be good revision for you. Mandarin is notorious for its highly challenging pronunciation. Most people think that English speakers can't do their tones well because English doesn't have tones. But this is actually far from the truth. Anybody can master the tones because even though English doesn't have tones to differentiate meanings, English speakers do utilize tones to convey emotions. English isn't classified as a tonal language, but it doesn't mean that you don't have tones in your language. If English really were toneless, then you would all be speaking like this and your language would be very boring. So what you have to do now is be aware of how you manipulate your intonations when you speak English. It's easy because it's already a part of you. But on the other hand, it's difficult because it's so natural you'll hardly notice it. But work at it, you'll get there. So, what are the four tones? They are rising and falling tones in Mandarin that differentiates meanings. It's very important to be able to hear and say them well. You want to be able to understand Mandarin speakers correctly, and you don't want to be misunderstood. Let's use the consonant m and the vowel a as an example. They sound like this: ma, 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 ma. They might sound almost exactly the same if you're not used to tonal languages. But to Mandarin speakers, they sound absolutely different from one another, and they convey different meanings. I'm going to say them again, this time slowly. Try and repeat after me. Ma, 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 ma. Some people can get them straight away, others need more practice. It doesn't matter which group you belong to. As I said earlier, anybody can master the tones. You just need to familiarize your ears to them and practice, practice, practice. Now let's try to catch the subtle differences. Conventionally, we use this 5-scale graph to depict the four tones. As you can see from this graph, the first tone, ma, ma, is the highest of all the four tones. It is high and flat. It's probably the easiest one to get because all you need to do is to make sure that you maintain the same tone. Don't waver. A common mistake is for people to unconsciously raise or lower the tone even though they're saying a high tone. So typically people would go like ma, 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 or something like that. Imagine you're practicing singing and hitting a high note. Maintain that same note. Ma, ma. It doesn't matter if you have a high-pitched voice of a soprano or a low masculine voice. Each of us has a different voice range. Now let's do the second tone. The second tone is a rising tone. Ma, ma. Got that? It starts from somewhere 3 and moves up to 5. The second tone could be a little bit tricky. If you can't get it, try using yeah, yeah. When you're talking to someone and you want to get affirmation of some sort from him, you'll probably go, yeah, don't you agree? Yeah, ma. Or you could also imagine a friend calling out to you and you respond, yeah, what's up? Yeah, ma. Another example, you're having a little chat with someone and he tells you a piece of news. A very normal kind of conversation, so you respond in a friendly way saying, yeah? Yeah? Ma? Now, on to the third tone. Ma, ma. It starts lower than the second tone, dips a little, and rises up. Ma, ma. Do be careful here. Learners get confused over the second and third tones because they both rise. But as you can see here, the third tone is lower. It starts lower and ends lower. The third tone seems complicated, but it's actually pretty easy once you get to know it. Here's a trick to help you. Imagine someone telling you to do something again and again and again, and you get really frustrated. Say your Mandarin teacher, asking you to keep doing the same tone. You've run out of patience and you go, again. Notice that dipping and rising tone in the second syllable. Again, gen, ma, gen, ma. There's actually another trick in saying the third tone, which I'm going to talk about in another video on tonal changes, which is a very important aspect of Mandarin. And finally, the fourth tone. It's a falling tone from the higher scale of 5 right down to 1. Ma, ma. Learners might confuse this with the first tone since they both start high, but the difference is that for the first tone you don't change a pitch, whereas for the fourth tone you fall sharply. The fourth tone might sound a bit harsh, so it might help if you think of a scenario whereby you yell at someone, like when you're upset or irritated and you say, "Hey, ma." Or when you get hit rather hard and it hurts, you might say, "Ouch, ma." Hey, ma. Ouch, ma. Alright, we're done with the basic tones. Sorry to disappoint, but there's still some more to tackle. In Mandarin, there's something called the neutral tone, apart from the four tones. I hope to make a video specifically on the neutral tone in future if I've got a chance, so in this video I'm just scratching the surface. The neutral tone is called 轻声 in Mandarin. 轻 means light, 声 means sound, so it literally means a sound that is light. And the way to say neutral tones is, you guessed it, lightly. It's actually also a tone that has lost its original tone. To say a neutral tone, just bear 2 points in mind, light and short. Take for example the word mother, mama, mama. The first sound is a first tone, while the second is a neutral, which is lighter and shorter. Mama, ma, mama. Let's have a look at an example sentence. These characters have these pinyin, and they're pronounced mama, mama. I'm going to read them slowly twice. Try reading with me. Ma, 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 ma. Mama means mother. Ma is to scold. Ma, horse, and the neutral ma is a particle placed at the end of sentences to form questions. So the whole sentence means, does mom scold the horse? If you're not careful, you might end up saying, does the horse scold mom? This is just, of course, a nonsense sentence, but good practice. There you are. I hope you've learned something today. The tones are difficult for beginners, but remember, you can do it because you are already using tones to convey subtle emotions. All we have to do is to tap into what you've always been doing unconsciously. In order that you don't cultivate bad tonal habits, when you're practicing, be it reading or speaking, do it slowly. Very often students can manage single sounds very well, but when they read a few sounds consecutively, when they try to say full sentences, the tones go all haywire. So make sure each and every sound is pronounced in the right tone. Speed up only when you're familiar with the rising and falling of the individual sounds. So go slowly but surely. Don't be discouraged if you can't get them initially. It takes practice, and practice really makes perfect. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment to let me know what you'd like to learn. Let me know how I'm doing so that I can make better videos for you in future. So I'll see you in the next video. 再见!